What's the one stadium where the walls literally shake from the roar of its fans? At the heart of Buenos Aires, Argentina, home to a chocolate box-shaped stadium where Carlos Tevez became a symbol, and where a young Diego Maradona scored his first professional goal at just 16 years old, to later become a tremendous legend. This is none other than La Bombonera, and with it reaching its 85th anniversary this year, it is safe to say that it is time for a massive renovation. Now, this multi-million-dollar expansion plan aims to propel the stadium into the best stadium in South America. Home of the football team, Club Atlético Boca Juniors, La Bombonera has been their ground since its inauguration in 1940. With its steep stands and unique D shape, La Bombonera's architecture is a marvel of stadium design. It was built with 3 steep stands and a flat side housing luxury boxes, as La Boca was one of the most crowded neighborhoods in Buenos Aires, leaving little space for the stadium's construction. More on why that's important later. But what's fascinating is that this so-called design quirk is actually what makes the chants of La Doce so deafening. The stadium's steep enclosed stands and asymmetrical D shape act almost like a sound chamber, trapping noise and amplifying it back toward the pitch. Unlike more open or oval-shaped stadiums where sound can dissipate, La Bombonera holds the roar in, turning every chant, drumbeat, and goal celebration into a physical force that rattles through your chest. It's why football fans often describe match days at La Bombonera as life-changing. But while the stadium's sound and atmosphere are matched only by a handful of stadiums worldwide, it's safe to say that La Bombonera is starting to show its age. Let's start by stating the facts. La Bombonera was opened on May 25, 1940, and since then, only minor work has been done to improve its infrastructure. We're talking about a stadium that's 85 years old. See why it's struggling to keep up with the demands of modern football? Just look at the corridors. They feel narrow, don't they? Imagine being a fan and walking through them during a crowded match day. It's a nightmare. Beyond the fan experience, there's the issue of capacity. With just over 54,000 seats, the stadium falls short of meeting demand for Boca's massive and ever-growing fan base. Home matches frequently sell out, leaving thousands of eager supporters without a ticket. On top of that, La Bombonera was built back when concepts like crowd flow, emergency evacuation plans, or anti-panic designs weren't as strictly enforced. Today's top stadiums must comply with international safety protocols, wider exits, safer materials, controlled access points, and modern crowd management systems. While the passion in the stands is unmatched, ensuring that this passion doesn't come at the cost of safety is a growing concern. The final nail in the coffin is the stadium's aging technology. Broadcast infrastructure, lighting systems, and other behind-the-scenes operations need serious upgrades to meet the expectations of international tournaments or major modern events. For a club of Boca Juniors stature, La Bombonera needs to evolve if it wants to remain on the shortlist for global competitions, or even just to keep up with rival stadiums in Argentina, like Estadio Monumental, recently renovated with expanded capacity and upgraded facilities, or international giants like the Santiago Bernabeu in Spain, which is undergoing a multi-billion euro transformation, complete with a retractable roof, 360-degree screen, and cutting-edge technology, which we covered in this video. Knowing that time was of the essence, the stadium's management took matters into their own hands. In August 2023, Boca made the first move to expand the stadium. Former President Jorge Amor Ameal lodged a proposal with the city of Buenos Aires, seeking the green light to pursue a project that would not only expand La Bombonera's current capacity of 54,000 to 82,000, but also change La Bombonera completely. This is the incredible proposal known as Bombonera 360. This ambitious plan aims to transform the current stadium into a fully enclosed arena. The vision includes constructing new stands to complete the oval shape, enhancing acoustics, and preserving the stadium's unique atmosphere. This would involve raising the height of the playing field and adding a 4th tier to the stadium. The revamped stadium would also serve multiple purposes beyond football matches. Plans include incorporating commercial and cultural spaces, a micro-stadium for various events, and green areas to integrate the stadium seamlessly with the urban environment. But what's stopping La Bombonera from moving forward with this plan immediately? The real answer will surprise you. Estimated renovation costs for La Bombonera have hovered around 70 to 100 million US dollars, depending on how ambitious the expansion and modernization plans get. And while that's no small sum, surprisingly, the problem here isn't money. It's the stadium's legendary status. No, really. Because La Bombonera is part of Buenos Aires' protected historical monuments, you can't just knock down a wall or expand a stand without consulting urban planners, heritage councils, and often local residents. The legacy that makes La Bombonera iconic is also what also makes it so hard to renovate. So that's why the second proposal, the Isla Demarchi Stadium plan, came to be. Proposed by presidential candidate Jorge Reale, this vision entails building a new 106,000 capacity stadium on Isla Demarchi, just 1,300 meters from the current location. He even uploaded renders of the stadium on his X account. These were designed by Enrique Lombardi, an architect who has worked with other Primera Division home stadiums, like the Estadio Único Madre de Ciudades. This new Isla Demarchi stadium would include state-of-the-art facilities and aims to position Boca Juniors as a host for major international events. Think Copa Libertadores finals, FIFA Club World Cup matches, and even potential fixtures in a future expanded FIFA World Cup or Copa America. It would have 444 VIP boxes, 192 tourist boxes, 78 broadcast booths, and parking spaces for 4,000 cars. It would be built with pedestrian bridges across the Matanza River so people can just cross over from La Bombonera easily. The goal was simple: build a new home for the Boca Juniors without having to destroy nearly a century of football history in La Bombonera. The only problem is the budget. This new stadium would cost 3 times what La Bombonera's renovations cost, at approximately $300 million, and might not even be on time for the 2030 FIFA World Cup. And it would not have La Bombonera's iconic acoustics due to their different designs. But here's where things get interesting. Meet Proyecto Esloveno, the final proposal, and possibly the best one of all. Remember when I mentioned that the neighborhood where it was built was crowded, making building space limited? Well, this might solve the problem right away. So, Proyecto Esloveno was submitted by Fabian Fiori, a former Boca Juniors executive and architect closely involved with club infrastructure planning. So he knows both the heart of the fans and the bones of the stadium. Proyecto Esloveno suggests a more surgical approach. Rather than overhauling entire city blocks, why not just build 3 new stands by purchasing only the properties directly in front of the stadium? This is a win-win situation. It preserves the neighborhood's character while avoiding massive expropriations. It would also keep the stadium's legendary acoustics intact and also raise capacity to around 75,000, a few thousand short of what the ambitious Bombonera 360 envisions, but cheaper, faster to build, and more popular with local residents. It's a compromise between tradition and progress, and for many, it might just be the perfect middle ground. The final hurdle was only recently cleared. La Bombonera, which had been on the protected properties list for decades, was officially taken off, allowing the club to move forward with its renovation plans. Work is set to begin this year, though it's still unclear which proposal will ultimately be chosen. Beyond football, let's remember that La Bombonera also serves as a cultural hub for Buenos Aires. The Museo de la Pasión Boquense, located within the stadium, offers fans a journey through Boca Juniors' illustrious history, showcasing memorabilia, interactive exhibits, and tributes to club legends. Diego Maradona had an executive box of his own. This is a stadium that has seen the best of the best for 4 generations. Even its exterior is adorned with vibrant murals reflecting the rich culture of La Boca, turning it into a canvas that tells stories of both football and the local community. TS walls have absorbed the cheers, tears, and dreams of millions, making it a sacred ground for football enthusiasts worldwide. As Boca Juniors looks to the future, we can be certain that whatever proposal the stadium's leadership follows, it will only improve what's already a temple for football.